So if he really wanted to make this post useful, he would have at least shown his LH and FSH.
Do a natty or not on Paul Sklar, and guess what? I actually did one, and in the video I said, I think he's natural.
And they're just like, they've never gotten off the grind. And who's that guy, Paul Sklar?
People started saying, you ain't natural. You gotta be on testosterone, growth hormone, SARM, something.
Now, this is a pretty difficult topic for me to discuss. It's delicate, and I know a lot of you know that about 2 years ago, Derek from More Plates, More Dates did a natty or not on me, accusing me of being on steroids, especially at my age. Greg Doucette also did a natty or not on me at about the same time, and he said that I was natural. I've got to come clean. I'm 52 years old. It's been a long time. It's been very, very stressful, and I just want to come clean today and let you know that I'm still not on steroids and I don't do TRT. Now, I know a bunch of you may be wondering, who is Derek from More Plates, More Dates? Who is Greg Doucette? They're pretty famous influencers on YouTube. They are both probably the utmost authorities on the natty or not police. So they're the guys that go around and they discover if people are on steroids or they're not, and they let other people know about it, because there are so many people in the fitness industry that are very untruthful with their steroid use or their performance enhancing drug use or their testosterone replacement therapy use. Now, these guys are usually spot on, almost 100% of the time. They can spot someone who is not natural about a mile away. However, in my case, Derek was wrong, and Greg happened to be right. Now, how do they each come to their conclusions? So there were so many negative comments that I was fielding that I decided to go into my doctor and just get my testosterone checked just to see what it was like. I didn't know what metrics were needed. I just knew I wanted to get my testosterone checked to really shut people up. So I posted my results on my Instagram page thinking everything was good. Everyone's gonna look at these testosterone levels and go, he's definitely not taking stuff. Boy, was I wrong. That's where the firestorm started. So as soon as I put those results up, Derek immediately jumped on it, and rightfully so. He talked about the numbers and that there was not enough information to really fully understand if I was in fact taking performance enhancing drugs. Obviously, I have a pretty unique physique for my age. Now, it's not unique to me, but for a lot of other people, it certainly is very unique. I'm 52 years old. I don't have a lot of body fat. I have as much muscle as I can pack onto my frame. I'm 5'8", and right now, I'm 179 pounds. Now, I was not 179 pounds last year, so you're probably wondering, well, how did you gain all that weight that quickly? I am gonna tell you, flat out, I started taking Lexapro a little bit less than a year ago. And as soon as I started taking the Lexapro, I started to put on some weight. I have absolutely no problem telling you that I am on a drug for serotonin. I'm missing some serotonin in my brain apparently. The Lexapro helps me with anxiety. So there's no shame in telling people that you're on drugs like that. But for some reason, there's shame in telling people that you're on testosterone replacement therapy. So if I'm gonna tell you that I'm on Lexapro, I would tell you in the same sentence, yes, I'm also on TRT. Absolutely no shame in it at all. But I can't because I'm not. Now, almost immediately, Derek put out a video and it was coming for you, the natty or not police. The amount of hate that I got from that video alone was incredible. So I messaged him and I said, Derek, what can I do to prove to people that I am not on any type of performance enhancing drug? And he was kind enough to tell me, you need to get a test immediately. Don't wait 30 days, because if you wait 30 days or 60 days, you've got a chance to cover it up and mask it. Now, I'm the last person to talk to anyone about masking drugs. So I said, all right, I'll get the test as soon as I can. I was able to finally schedule a test a day and a half after I talked to Derek and get all of my blood work done. And it was a lot. I didn't even know about some of these tests that you could actually get with regular blood work. So I got all of that information immediately. And of course, all of my blood work came back perfectly normal. So I put up a video in response to Derek's showing all of my blood work line by line and explaining everything. And that was it. That was the last I heard about anything. There was no vindication for me because I didn't get any type of response from Derek, which I thought I would. Now, Derek has an amazing track record. He's a great guy. Like I said, I enjoy listening to his stuff. Very informative. I've learned a lot from him about performance-enhancing drugs. But I really, honestly, deep down inside, expected some sort of reply saying, you know what, I was wrong. Because I don't think, and I'm not sure, maybe some of you can tell me, I don't think he's ever been wrong before. So, validation for me was, yeah, he was finally wrong. Now, Greg Doucette, on the other hand, he thought I was natural, and he said I was natural all along. I had fairly in-depth conversations with Greg via direct message, email. I sent him pictures of what I looked like early on in my career, and we discussed a lot. And without him even seeing any of my blood work, he said to me, you know what, I believe you. I think you're natural. I'm gonna put one up for you. And he did, and it was nice. I looked at it, I watched it, it was very informative. He talked about a lot of stuff that I am not well versed in. I really don't know some of the markers that are necessary if you're not taking testosterone. I just know that my blood work was nice and clean. Now, about a year later, I got a message from one of my followers and said, congrats on the Rogan podcast. And I'm 52 years old. I don't listen to podcasts. I didn't even know how to go find this. And I said, what are you talking about? And he messaged me back and he said, Rogan just did a piece on you where he talked about you being natural. And I thought, well, that's strange. I haven't heard anything about it. I finally found Rogan's podcast and I saw that Derek was on that podcast. And it was really, really interesting to see. Joe started talking about saying, you know, look at this guy. He's got a great physique, but you can tell he's natural. And then he went to Derek and said, now all of his blood work came back clean, didn't it? And there was a quick response from Derek saying, yeah, all of his blood work checked out, everything was fine. And that was about it. So there really wasn't a lot of fanfare saying that, yeah, this guy is actually clean. He was able to achieve his physique without performance-enhancing drugs. Now, it could have been coincidence, right? Derek could have called me out at a time when I was not on a cycle. Easily could have happened, right? So I don't think it's coincidence that he calls me out a day and a half later, I get all the results and they come back clean. I've said all along, I will take a drug test at any time, any place. You just let me know. We'll have somebody randomly pick the time and I'll pass it because I am natural 100% through and through, never have taken a performance-enhancing drug in my entire life. Now, why does this all really matter? Is it important that people continue to accuse me of taking drugs, performance-enhancing drugs, testosterone replacement therapy, growth hormone? Why should that even matter? To me, it matters for 3 reasons. Number 1, credibility. Without credibility, you're nothing. So I really hang my towel on credibility, and I hang it pretty heavy. Without credibility, you're nothing. Otherwise, everything that I say, anything that comes out of my mouth is not credible. And it would be like everyone else that's on steroids and lies about it. They just spew junk and misinformation. Number 2, it's absolutely annoying. It is something that bugs me the most. Now, I've learned over the years to deal with it, but after a while, every single comment, steroids this, steroids that, needles this, needles that, it just drives me crazy. And you know, you get so many nice comments, and of course you get a few negative comments, and that's probably the biggest negative comment that I get. And when someone's accusing you of something that's not true, it's going to bother you. And finally, number 3, I care about people. I care about my viewers. I care about my family. I care about people that are important to me, that they could achieve greatness, the same greatness that I want to achieve for myself without the use of performance-enhancing drugs. I look at these kids today coming up. I look at adults. I look at people in their 50s saying, I've got to get on testosterone replacement therapy because I want to grow big muscles, but I don't want to do all the work that's required to get there. I look at the young kids, the 17 and 18-year-olds going, so I need to get on steroids or I need to get on testosterone in order to look like him. I'm going to get on it now. And it just puts out bad information, and I don't want people to have that information when it really is going to be detrimental to their health. And it bothers me that people think that they're going to have to go to these lengths to get the physique and the fitness level that I have, because you don't have to go the drug route. If you want to go the drug route, that's completely your choice, but you don't have to. And that is what my message is today. You don't have to use performance-enhancing drugs to get to a level later on in life that you want to achieve. So I hope that I can be a light at the end of the tunnel for the majority of you that decide to take the natural route. You have the choice to take the drug route or the natural route. There's really nothing in between. I have chosen to take the natural route. I have no problem or judgment for people that take the drug route, but all I want them to do at the end of the day is just to admit it, just like people want to look at me and go, I want him to admit it as well. I told you earlier, if I was on any type of performance-enhancing drug, including testosterone replacement therapy, I would tell you. And there may come a day where I may need testosterone replacement therapy. I don't think so. I'm not someone who likes to rely on needles or anything for the rest of their life, but that may happen to me, and I don't know. So there is no judgment. People who take these things, completely up to you. I just decided to take the natural route. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I gave you enough information for you to make your own decisions, and I look forward to seeing you the next time.